champion, Maya Carlson. Maya, welcome.
Hello, nice to meet you.
So, Maya, thank you so much for joining me for the commentary now. It's a great opportunity for us to talk about all sorts of things with the bronze medal matches in the female kata to look forward to. Our first match is between Germany and Czechoslovakia, and I'm going to have an opportunity to talk to you about karate in Sweden, about your work in the medical profession, because you're a supersonic doctor as well. In fact, you're a heart and lung surgeon, so my goodness me, how you find time for sport with all of that going on in your life. Anyway, we're going to come back to that. In the meantime, we're going to go onto the tatami, and this is Jasmin Juettner from Germany. She's 29 years of age, and her chosen kata in this bronze medal encounter is Superempe. So, Maya, kumite or kata, your preference?
I would always choose kata. Every time I would choose kata. I think it's a lovely performance they do, and it's extremely difficult to do this kind of performance they do. Just as you see now, when she has this elegance and this just look at her eyes.
She has a presence on the tatami,
yes,
doesn't
exactly.
she?
Yes, exactly.
So she's chosen the kata Superempe.
Yeah,
there are 102 katas in the WKF list, official list, and that means that the athletes have to choose among those katas. And as you can see on the screen at the back there, 092, this is number 92 in that list of 102.
This Superempe is actually most common in other version, because in kata or in karate in general we have different kinds of styles. So this Superempe is more common in Shitoryu or Goyuri style. But she does this with really elegance, and her timing is really precise, and you see how she can stand still after every technique. It's great.
So there are 7 judges who are seated at a table, and in front of them they have a tablet. They're evaluating the kata performance on the basis of the technical and athletic performance, and there is a 70% weighting in favor of technical against 30% of athletic, because kata is a technical discipline of karate. And kata can be found in other forms of martial arts, aikido, for example. And also outside of martial arts, the tea ceremony has kata. So this is a set sequence of moves that are laid down to be performed in a particular way.
Yeah.
Your thoughts so far on the performance of Jasmin?
I think she does a really good job in both the athletic and both the technical part, and I think she has both parts, and I think she's doing a great performance. So it would be really interesting to see Ao also, and Ao is the blue belt.
So the Japanese, the language for karate is Japanese. Ao, as you quite rightly say, is blue, and red in Japanese is aka. And there is, depending on how they qualified for the final, the scores that they receive determines whether they go first or second. Red always goes first.
And this kata that she performs is a quite long kata, and it has both these parts that are really explosive, but it also have these parts where she has to show a great feeling and a deep feeling that comes from inside. And I think she's doing that really well.
In the technical performance of the kata, judges are considering the techniques, the transitions, the timing, the stances, the breathing.
And now she's finished the kata. And in the bronze matches and in the finals, we don't get to see the points, so we will see the points later.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we won't know until the chief judge makes their way to the other side of the tatami and announces the winner. We won't know until then what the scores are.
Yeah.
So she's done all she can in this bronze medal encounter. And now we await Veronika Miskova of the Czech Republic, who came into the competition seeded number 4, and that was from the last European Championships, which was in Porridge, Croatia.
It's really difficult to do what she just did, and actually what all the kata performance are doing, because in kata you have one chance. You have one chance to do every stance right and every power in every technique. You have that one chance. So it's I think it can be difficult to understand if you don't practice kata how difficult it is to on the tatami.
Exactly. So Veronika Miskova, Czech Republic. Her choice of kata is Chatanyara Kushanku. Different kata.
Well, I think actually it's a different kata. This is the Shibana no Kushanku. It's almost like Chatanyara, yes, but it's a little bit different.
And the reason it's different is it's named after whoever has using that as their basis. So Chibana, this is Kushanku from Chibana's school of thought.
Yeah.
Chatanyara was from the school of Chatan, which is a part of Okinawa, the origin of the discipline of karate from Japan.
Yeah. And this kata is it's really common now, but for maybe 3 years ago, many people didn't do it. So it's quite new on the market, on the competition market, I should say. I think if you compare the athletes now, I think maybe Jasmin had a little bit better stop in her techniques. But she still does her techniques with a great speed and a great power.
And the speed and the power you refer to are part of the athletic performance.
Exactly, yeah. And that was a nice jump, yeah. Yes, both of the athletes they're doing quite long katas. So, like I said before, you have one chance to do this right. So if you take a bigger risk when you do a longer and more difficult kata, like Veronika, she had a jump, which also is really difficult to do.
And your preferred kata? Not this, but your preference of katas?
I think Chatanyara Kushanku is one of my favorites, or Papuran. But they are really different in the way of technique and in the way of doing the kata.
And the shout, the kiai, summoning all that energy as she comes towards the end of the performance of the kata. She could be pleased with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think both of them should be pleased with their performance.
So before the judges make their decisions, or they are making their decisions, as soon as that's happened, I'll ask you to make your decision.
Of course. Well, I think that if you look at the technical block, I think both of them will get quite high points. Both of them did great, but they did different styles. But when you look at the athletic block, I think Jasmin was a little bit better. I think she had a little bit better stop and explosive techniques. So I think that will be the criteria that weighs over in favor of Jasmin.
Jasmin will be wearing the red belt. Well, we'll wait and see if you have the makings not only as a heart and lung surgeon, a doctor, a 12-time national champion, but perhaps a kata judge as well. Yeah.
Let's see.
Athletic performance, technical. Athletics, 7.68 against 7.32. Technical, yeah. What's it going to be? Referee's on the other side. 17.5 against 7.36. And you're absolutely right. Well done. That's the first.
But congratulations to Jasmin.
Of course.
And I think Veronika should be very pleased with her performance as well. She did great.
Well, Jasmin was part of the German team that won the World Championships. And you can see that she's delighted to take this individual European bronze medal.
it's well deserved, I would say.